Today I want to talk about cysts and fibroids. What is one of the most common problems amongst women today and young girls? Let's list them out, find out commonalities, and then get straight into action mode. We have PCOS, we have PCOD, we have endometriosis, we have endometrial cancers, we have infertility, we have ovarian issues, we have cysts and fibroids in the uterine lining, in the ovaries, even in the breast. We have ER positive, that's estrogen receptor dominant cancers, breast cancers. We have the inability to lose weight, a lot of abdominal fat, struggling to lose abdominal fat. What are the commonalities in all of these things? While you should take your treatment, you should take your medicine. Sometimes the only treatment is a surgery to remove a fibroid or a cyst. But can a fibroid shrink? Absolutely yes. Can a cyst shrink? Absolutely yes. The commonality between everything that I mentioned is estrogen dominance. Too much of estrogen in the human body, will cause all of these problems. It's an excess of estrogen in the body. Estrogen isn't bad. Every woman needs estrogen for the health of their brain, cardiovascular health, their skin, their hair, their bones, their moods, their libido, all of that. Estrogen is great, but too much of anything is a problem. So while you may take pills, you may take oral contraceptives, some of you may be advised surgeries, some of you will rightfully be put on chemotherapy or radiation depending on the grade of your cancer. What is your body trying to tell you when you have any of these, one or any of these issues? It could also be something as simple as you're putting on weight, but I'm eating well, I'm working out, I'm struggling to lose this body weight. Of course, if you know the reason why you're putting on weight because maybe you're eating too much, you're sleep deprived, you're sedentary, you're eating junk, that's a different thing. But hey, I'm doing the right things. My body's changing. My hormonal health is changing. I have irregular periods, I have heavy bleeding, all of these points. You go to the doctor, you realize you've had a fibroid or a cyst, you're suggested surgery. Whatever the treatment is that is right for you, go ahead and do it. But let's not miss what the human body is trying to tell you when you have one, two, or all of these things. You have estrogen dominance. When you have too much of estrogen, you have less progesterone. When you have less progesterone, that's why you have infertility, you can't conceive, your prolactin levels shoot up, you feel stressed out, low, fatigued, tired all the time, depression-like symptoms. What is the function of progesterone? Progesterone is also known as a natural antidepressant. And it works beautifully because when your estrogen levels are high, your progesterone is in balance, it helps us keep the mood stable. And that's why during times of lovemaking to create a baby, the human body has to be absolutely relaxed to create human life. Your body produces the right amount of progesterone, it calms you down. Like I said, it mimics an antidepressant naturally in the human body. But now let's understand why most women and young girls are going through these problems today. The number one cause is chronic stress. I'm not talking about day-to-day, little bit of stress, you have an exam deadline, you have a job deadline. No, I'm talking about chronic stress. Sometimes it's beyond our situation. Sometimes we create problems with our own mind. Sometimes we're not using the right solutions to solve problems. Chronic stress. What I want you to understand right now is a little bit of science. Once you understand this, you will, for the rest of your life, understand how your body works. When you get stressed, you rightfully produce a hormone called cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone. It's called a survival hormone. The moment cortisol goes up, you move into the sympathetic nervous system. Everything is great. You can be stressed, immense amount of stress for a short period of time, but then your stress levels need to come down. Cortisol needs to come down. Now, if your cortisol goes up and stays up, your progesterone will now naturally fall because cortisol moves you into the sympathetic nervous system, which is fight and flight. You need to be alert. You're in fight and flight mode. So progesterone, which works as a natural mood stabilizer, producing GABA, which regulates your serotonin and dopamine to keep you calm, cannot be activated when your cortisol is high because you're supposed to be alert, fight, and flight. So progesterone comes down and estrogen goes up. So every time you're chronically stressed, you are creating an environment of estrogen dominance in your body. Now, the human body has a beautiful way to flush out estrogen. We can flush out excess estrogen through our stools, which is why making which is why it makes constipation one of the deadliest weapons for women. Men as well, but I'm talking about women right now. Every time you're chronically constipated, you recycle estrogen back into your liver. And now if you have a liver problem, like a mild liver or a grade 1 fatty or fatty 2 liver, your liver has a process metabolizing this excess estrogen. This estrogen stays in your body. Where does it get stored? In your fat cells, in your adipose tissues. So when you look at someone who has a lot of fat, what is that fat storing? Estrogen. The more body fat you have, the more estrogen you can store. Now, your body fat cells also have the ability to produce estrogen. So the more fat you have, naturally your fat cells can produce more estrogen and more inflammation. So you see it's a vicious cycle. Everything I mentioned, from PCOS to your endometriosis to your tumors, all of these are inflammatory conditions. They're caused because of estrogen dominance and inflammation. So you need to understand the impact of stress on your body. You need to. You want to be great in life. You want to take on ambitions. You want to take on aspirations. Do whatever you want. Women are amazing. I'm all for equality. But it is your responsibility to manage your stress levels. Because if you let your stress levels get chronic, okay, your body doesn't care if you're a CEO, you're building a business, you're a pilot, you're whoever. All it cares about is having the right balance of hormones in your body. And the moment the balance of hormones goes out of whack in your body, you have all of these conditions, which further leads to other conditions. So you're sleep deprived, you have a hormonal imbalance. Now you're sleep deprived. Because you're sleep deprived, you wake up with more cortisol. And now you have more estrogen in your body. It's a vicious cycle. And that's why we say lifestyle is everything when it comes to rebalancing your hormones. So what can we do? Are there foods, are there ways to flush out estrogen, excess estrogen from your body? Absolutely. There are many things that you can do. Number one, start losing excess body fat. That should be on your to-do list. So whether it's keeping your insulin low, going smart low carb, fixing your nutrition, exercise, which involves, please move away from the traditional cardio and start lifting weights or challenging muscle. If you really want to drop excess estrogen in your body and really burn fat, look at your exercise, look at your sleep. The deeper you sleep. If you want to be a woman who wants to be a CEO, you want to have aspirations and jobs and all of that stuff, well, you got to make your body stronger to handle the position you're taking. A lot of people think I can take on more work in life, but they don't put in the effort to make their bodies stronger. Well, if you don't do that, you will have the position and you won't have your health. And that's the most common thing that you see amongst women today. I'm saying women because I'm talking about women. So all the men don't wake up and start drama and all of that stuff right now. Yeah, and the women, the same thing goes for you. I'm speaking about women right now. Okay? The next thing that you want to see is lose fat. Even if you start lose half an inch, lose 1 inch, you're starting to reduce your estrogen storage in your body and the ability of your body to create, your body fat cells to create more estrogen. What else can we do? You can have natural aromatase inhibitors. The process of your existing fat cells producing more estrogen in your body is a process called aromatization. So if you eat foods that are aromatase inhibitors, you can reduce that. What are some foods which are natural aromatase inhibitors? You have berries, right from blueberries to strawberries, depending on which country you live in. You have mushrooms, your simple, local, button mushrooms. Coffee, black coffee, no milk, no sweeteners, no nothing, no almond milk, no none of that stuff. You want to use coffee as medicine, it's got to be black. Flax seeds, your phytoestrogens like your soy, your tempeh, it has to be non-GMO. Do not buy soy unless it's labeled as non-GMO, period. Certified non-GMO, dump the tempeh, dump the soy products, it's not good for you, all right? Melatonin is great, but do I need to take melatonin pills? No. Every time you sleep deeply at night, you produce the right amount of melatonin. That's why sleep is important for you. Cooked carrots, cooked spinach, zinc, selenium, and magnesium, either through supplementation or through your foods. Any foods that are rich in zinc, selenium, and magnesium. The next thing that you can do is reduce your carbohydrates. Don't starve. Reduce your carbohydrates by increasing your fiber and your protein and your good fats. Dark chocolate, raw cacao, fantastic for you. reduce your alcohol or stop your alcohol if you want to break down a cyst, a fibroid, or reduce estrogen in your body. And then you have green tea, not a green tea supplement, but a cup of green tea. And under professional supervision, you can use grapeseed extract. It is an extremely powerful supplement to break down estrogen in the human body. So now when you understand the medical world, and it's right, they're ethically right to tell you, oh, there's nothing much you can do for a cyst or a fibroid, let's surgically remove it. There is a lot that you can do now that you understand what is happening. In some cases, a lot of people come to us for a holistic treatment, but their fibroids and their cysts have grown to a size that could be detrimental to their health. So we tell them as well, hey, go get the surgery done, come back and listen to your body, the symptoms, let's rebuild. And some people come to us at the right time where the cyst and the fibroid is just growing. And over the next 2-3 months, you can shrink it, you can stop it from growing, you can keep it constant, just by changing the foundation of your body and moving from estrogen dominance to a hormonal balance. I think every woman has to understand what causes this. It just doesn't happen. Cancer just doesn't happen. Cysts and fibroids just don't happen. There has to be something that feeds its growth, and that is estrogen. So today, all I want you to do is look at your body and reflect. Do I have any of these symptoms? Why is it difficult for me to lose weight? Why do I have so many fat cells in my body? And I really need to reduce that fat. I'm not saying you need to have a size 0 figure. I'm not saying you got to have abs or get a flat stomach. That's your goal. All I'm saying is you got to lose excessive body fat, not just for now, but for your future as well. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, eat smart, move more, sleep right, breathe deep, and remember, you care is all about you.